Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the IRS. Welcome to this short YouTube. I tell you everything you need to know within 3 minutes. I don't babble. Anyway, I'm a former agent. I've worked about 10,000 cases. I'm a national expert on resolution matters. Many of you have seen me on the national news. That's why you've come to my website. I appreciate that. You can go to see all my interviews on all the major stations at 777irs.com. And more importantly, you can see my team of former IRS agents. I just cluster people who know IRS back and forth and have worked it and breathed it to really help you in your problems. I'm right now in a series of IRS tax audits. I'm explaining every one. Today I'm doing the matching program tax audit. This catches about 1.4 million taxpayers. It brings in a couple $billion a year in tax revenue. So that's why IRS, in fact, absolutely, they love this particular type of audit. Let me tell you what happens so you know the story of this. When employers have large batches of any 1099s and W-2s and 1099Ks, they must send that information to IRS. If you want to know what 1099s, W-2s, and 1099 and K1s are on file, you can go to irs.gov and pull up your own transcript and ask for the wage and income transcripts, and you'll find out, in fact, what's there. Well, what happens is this. These batches are sent to IRS and they keep them, and they're in their system for about a year. They can't work these cases right away because they're doing last year's tax audits now. So usually the next year, when IRS has time, the computer algorithms go ahead and scan all these 1099s and they match them up with tax returns and your 1099s and W-2s. Well, many times, a lot of people just don't include 1099. IRS goes ahead and picks it up. It's called a matching program. There's a lot of names for it. I call it the matching program tax audit. Most people get nailed on 1099s. That's what usually happens on 1099s. And now you're stuck with a bill plus penalties and interest a year later. Some of you may get stuck with a W-2. The thing about that on a 1099 is this. You may have had expenses against that. So you don't necessarily have to accept what IRS is sending you, because if you had expenses against that 1099, let's say you were a painter and you got a 1099 for 10,000 and you didn't include it, and IRS is picking that up as income. Well, you may have bunches of paint, you may have bunches of time, you might have employees, you might have had a lot of expenses where you only netted $2,000. So you do want to follow up on it. If it's correct and you have no expenses, then you're going to get a bill for IRS for that amount. You can go online and you can make a payment plan with IRS online for free. It's a large amount of money. You probably should call someone, but if you can do it for free, all the better. So that's how the matching program works. If that information is incorrect that you have, and you want to show IRS that you have expenses against this, then you need to start sending a certified letter out and have correspondence going back and forth, because if you don't correct that, IRS will assess you the full amount. It is time sensitive, so just want to let you know if that time lapses, you can still have another audit chance by asking for an IRS audit reconsideration down the road. We're some of the best representation you will ever get. We've been doing this a really long time, and we're really, really good. Enough about me. Give me a subscription if you would. I do a lot of YouTubes that are just public service. This is one of them. Thank you.